All right. Just making sure the stream's working. All right. Yep, it is. Gonna wait for some people to come in here. Let me just send out a tweet saying that I'm live, and we'll get started. All right. Gonna wait about a minute here, I think, for everybody to just trickle in real quick. All right. Think we're ready to get started then. Hey, everybody, it's KK's World today. Wanted to start a new series called Saturday Night Ninja. I'm just gonna be basically discussing all things Ninja Warrior, current Ninja Warrior events on Saturday night, at least for the ones in the US. If you live anywhere else, uh, Saturday nights might sound a little bit wonky to you. But I did want to start off wishing happy birthday to one of the uh, one of the best competitors in Sasuke history, arguably the best, Yuji Urushihara. He's 44 today. Just wanted to wish a happy birthday to him real quick. Um, that out of the way, we're gonna go ahead and get started by getting into the recap of uh, the episode last week. Monday's episode, it was all right. I did write something on Reddit that I'm probably gonna read off, so I'm just pulling it up here. A lot of people didn't like tetherball, which I was actually pretty surprised. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't perfect, but like, there were people during the live discussion that hated tetherball. I was well surprised by that. I didn't say nothing. People are free to have their own opinions. I mean, all right, yeah. Um, Here is what I said. Said overall, not that bad of an episode. I get that the lineup in Vegas is stacked, but y'all digested. You guys digested. You fast forwarded Caden Lebsack. You've got to be kidding me. You gave. He made it stage 4 last year. He won 100,000. Not to mention he's a teen. They've been marketing the teens like crazy. Nothing wrong with that, by the way. Um, but that was just unbelievable to see Lebsack digested. And I was watching A&W 13's Vegas just for fun. I was bored, and Lebsack was digested too. So turns out both of his stage 1 runs have been digested. Um, Kyle Soderman also got a digest. He was fast as hell. I think he got the fastest time. It was either him or Evan Andrews, and Evan Andrews was also digested, which is just completely insane because he was the only one to finish that brutal course in the second semis. Um, Soderman, he made stage 3 last year. That's unbelievable. 2 of the 4 who made stage 3 last year digested. Vance Walker has yet to run. I feel like he's gonna get digested as well. They haven't been featuring him as much this year as they did last year, nearly as much as they did last year. Barclay Stockett was technically fast forwarded. She did fail the first obstacle. By the way, uh, results from night 1 of Vegas are now allowed to be discussed within the comment section. Um, Nothing from episodes that haven't aired yet. Nothing from trailers, nothing like that. Because although I do know some of the results, according to the trailers, um, I know there is probably gonna be some people watching the stream who don't wanna hear that, who don't want spoilers at all, so. David Campbell, The Godfather, was also digested, which is another mind-boggling one to think about. Josiah Papel, I believe, was the last notable one I wanted to mention. Um, Ridiculous. Papel, honestly, I don't know if this is just editing or, if they're actually trying to say that he's not gonna get too much further, but, yeah, I was just sad to see, the results were pretty good, though. I feel like a good chunk of people, including me, like I said in my Vegas predictions, I mean, I had, uh, Austin Gray winning the whole thing, so I was pretty shocked when, the whole tetherball thing happened. Tetherball was actually kind of a tough obstacle as a whole, um, which was, I think, about as expected. I was expecting it to be fairly tough. Um, it did, but, I mean, I'm sad to see Austin Gray fail, of course. I love the message that he spread, and I love him as a competitor, one of the best around. Um, but it did make the tournament more exciting, kinda like when Yusuke failed in 37, in Sasuke 37. It just made it more exciting. It was now the field is a lot more open. Like, I'm sure you could still say Caden Leb, but, like, it's a lot more open because Austin Gray was probably one of the biggest favorites, and now the field is pretty much wide open now. Um, Only bad thing, though, is the women um, did not have did not have a great season, don't get me wrong. They had, uh, fairly okay qualifying. Semifinals was just gonna it was awful, not even gonna sugarcoat it. Vegas wasn't that great either for the women, believe it or not. I don't believe that anybody got past. I wanna say that Addie Herman was the only one who even got past the jumping spider, like, I think yeah, Wakeham found the jumping spider, Katie Bone found the jumping spider, a lot of them did. Um, Three Ring Circus, man, that was a great obstacle, at taking out Sean Bryan too, that's another shocking fail I wanted to mention. Sean Bryan quite early, that was crazy. I was I was watching it, it was towards the beginning of the episode, I think he was, like, the 2nd or 3rd full run shown, I was like, "Why are they showing him this early?" Then I go in 20 seconds in, bam, falls on Three Ring Circus, I'm like, "Oh, that's why." Um, anyway, sad to see him go out, though. He is one of the best, just like Austin Gray. Um, I actually had him. I did have him, having a shocking fall, though. Ryan DeStefano, I believe, says, correct me if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but Ryan DeStefano, what are your thoughts on Josh Levin? Um, Too much to list, honestly. Great competitor. Uh, I feel like with Austin Gray gone, it's probably a toss up between him and Caden Lebsack for me now to win the whole thing. As for who's going to achieve total victory, Josh Levin though looked extremely strong on stage one. He's hit 2 out of 3 buzzers. Didn't get that semis one, unfortunately. Um, but it looks like um, stage two and stage three this year are really going to play to his strengths. So hopefully he can go real far and maybe climb Mount Midoriyama, win the whole. Or was I? Giant roller coaster. It was an alright obstacle. I didn't really like the roller coaster in qualifying, but Giant roller coaster was good until I heard about the malfunction with Jody Avila and all that. If you don't know what happened, before the episode, I didn't even know this. Jody Avila posted on his Instagram that did I break the obstacle or not, or something like that, and it showed the roller coaster ball being direct. Um, and I believe Joe Moravsky confirmed this too in a later post. But it was still a decent obstacle. Uh, like I said, contrary to many people's beliefs, I actually enjoyed tetherball. Although I wish the balls would have spun a little bit more, kind of like how the big tire spun on a Jeep run or tire run, whichever one you want to call. Yeah, in your opinion, only ones capable of total victory right now are Caden Lebsack, Josh Levin, Vance Walker, and then maybe Papel, Jay Lachey, and Najee. Yeah, I agree with that. You could probably, in my opinion, you could probably sneak both the Iowa boys in there if you really wanted to, if you get crazy with it. Um, but finally, I'm also glad that they brought the high road back too. I really enjoyed the high road last year. Um, Great suspense, even though some people uh, who actually got on the high road didn't get their full run shown, which was kind of awful. But hey, it's back. That's the main thing. Um, I was because it's risky taking it, and I remember yelling yelling at my TV during the episode. I can't remember who it was that uh, tried to take the high road, but they had a minute left. Like they had no reason to take it, and I was just yelling like I was like, "Bad idea!" Jumped up there, made it, and I just felt like a complete idiot. Um, any episode though that has me talking and showing emotion though is a pretty good one. So I'm giving uh, this episode an 8 out of 10. Um, one of the better episodes this year. Not the best, but one of those B tier episodes, one of those tier two episodes. I can't wait for next week though, and what stage two brings. Best moments. I think my favorite moment uh of last week's episode was probably Jackson Tway toll run. Especially on the fly hooks. That was amazing to watch. Um, I was rooting for him, knowing he had, believe, less than a second left when he cleared. I think it was 0.78 or something like that. 0.78 seconds left. But he did pretty darn good. I'm gonna pull up the results of stage one so far because, to be honest, my memory's a little bit foggy. I can't remember everything right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up real quick. I enjoyed the hell out of the episode, though, I'll say that. At least for me, the runs were pretty fun to watch. Yeah, Levi Enright, though, first run, I don't believe, because I know Nate Hansen failed too. They didn't show either of their runs in this episode. Uh, they both had safety passes. Didn't need to use the other two, I believe. Josiah Singleton was one, and then Jay Lewis. They didn't need to use theirs. Josiah Singleton, I believe he was actually the first finisher that night. Yeah, he was. I'm trying to see how many women actually made it past the jumping spider. Oh yeah, and something that should never happen in Vegas. Forgot to mention it. Two competitors, Caden Madslin, Zach Eichenstein, both all cut. Which you guys got time? I mean, sure, I get pissed when you fast forward people, but you gotta at least show somebody, show everybody, because making it to Vegas is a big, huge deal, man. And it's like if I were a competitor in Vegas, I know it's a TV show, I know it's showbiz and all, and everything like that, but like I'd be heartbroken if I couldn't even see, if I didn't even see myself on TV. Like if I made it to Vegas, that's a big freaking deal, man. It's a shame. Isaiah Thomas had a shocking fall in Spider. I believe the fastest time was by Soderman. Yeah, second fastest was by Evan Andrews, I believe. Enzo Wilson's fall was shocking. Jamie Ron. Yeah, I believe Herman was the only one to get past the jumping spider that night. So I don't know how many women we have left either. I think we got three women left, and none of them really have a good chance of clearing. Some competitors that we still do have left, though, that I'm excited to see. Luke Dillon, Lucas Reale is going to be fun to watch, I think. Especially with him failing the high road last year, it'll be interesting to see what he chooses this time. Najee Richardson, of course. Jeremiah Boyd, exciting rookie from this year. Um, Underrated, I think Drew Nestor is going to be fun to watch. I feel like I feel like he could be kind of a sleeper this year. He was, you remember like Jordan Burkhart and Ninja Games, they were all the way back in early 2018, like Sasuke 35 times, whenever that was. Um, and they had something called like the Ninja Games or something, and Nestor was actually one of the contestants on there who did like calisthenics and all that. So it was actually real cool to see him growing up because back then I think he was only like a teenager. Now he's a full grown man in the military. So, oh yeah, Walker, Kevin Carbone. Stage two will be fun to watch. Like I said, Jay Lewis, Josiah Singleton did not use their safety passes, and then Levi Enright and Nate Hansen are going to be running in the next episode. I am aware that Nate Hansen's safety pass run has been uploaded to YouTube. Don't spoil any results about it though, please. Um, Obstacles though for stage two, I believe we know the entire course right now. Um, First obstacle is the striding steps, and second obstacle is the double salmon ladder. Looks like the hammer drop is also going to be staying at number four, and the falling shells at the number six position, the last obstacle. looks like the third obstacle is piston plunge. It was believe it was in the second qualifiers. It was the fifth obstacle back then. It's gonna be in the third obstacle in replace of V formation this time around. And then in replace of the Epic Air Surfer, looks like some variation of the Beehive, and looks like the official name of it is gonna be Hornet's Nest. Which I mean, I that's a pretty cool name. It might sort of looks like with the distance spread between the honeycombs, kind of reminds me of a Wingnut Alley type thing. Like I think I said this in my Vegas predictions, though. Hopefully, it's not gonna be as deadly as uh, Wingnut Alley. That's unbelievable. Like Wingnut Alley just decimated everything. That was insane. Um, but yeah, so far we got Kyle Soderman, Evan Andrews, Josiah Papel, Josh Levin, Caden Lebsack, R.J. Roman, Jay Lewis, Max Feinberg, Josiah Singleton, Tyler Yamauchi, Flip Rodriguez, Owen Dyer, Donovan Matoyer, Grant Newen, and Jackson Tway. We had 15 finish stage one. Uh, most were in my shoe-ins. Like I think, yes, Soderman, Andrews, Papel, Levin, Lebsack. Um, the ones that weren't in my shoe-ins though, I don't believe that Singleton was in my shoe-ins. Muscle Ball wasn't either. Dyer wasn't. Uh, and Grant Newen wasn't. Grant Newen was actually a huge shock, though, even though his run was digested. I think it would have been fun to watch his whole run, though, with him grabbing the high road and whatnot. And stage three, this episode wouldn't be for what is it? Another 9 days, 8 or 9 days by now. But it looks like the first two obstacles are still unknown. But like I said, according to uh, picture from Levi Enright's family, the first obstacle is new. Don't know anything about the second obstacle. Looks like the third obstacle is stalactites, and then fourth, of course, the ultimate cliffhanger. And then finally, ultimate cliffhanger, we got Pipe Dream, Eyeglass Alley, and Flying Bar. Um, looks like an alright course though. Like stage two course is definitely gonna be fun to watch, I think. I'm hoping that the Hornet's Nest is a little bit of an upgrade over the Epic Air Surfer. Maybe it'll compare in difficulty a little bit to the Falling Shelves. Um, runners though, safety passes. Like I said, Jay Lewis, Josiah Singleton still have theirs. I feel like they're both gonna need them though in stage two. I don't think either of them is gonna be able to pass in their first try. However, I think on their second attempts, I think Jay Lewis would have a little bit of a better shot at clearing, but we'll see. And like I said, Nate Hansen and Levi Enright still have to take their second attempts at the course. Still have to run without the safety pass now. Um, I feel like both of them, I feel like, are definitely capable of clearing, though. So, I'm not too worried about either failing. We got Ethan Swanson, Mike Salenzi, Hunter Gerard. There's actually a fair amount of good competitors. I was actually afraid that it was just going to be like not so well known competitors left on stage one and then maybe like a good last runner. But no, we've still got a pretty stacked field for uh, the few that are still left to run. I kinda do like, though, how, they're doing it now. Like, last year, I remember I liked how, um, they did, like, most of stage 1, and then they did the end of stage 1 and started stage 2. I think that was pretty cool. I think that goes more along with, like, the safety pass. Because if you fail in one of the episodes, it's, pretty much assumed that you're gonna run in the episode the week after. It builds the suspense a little bit. Even though A&W's ratings are going down the toilet right now. We gotta talk about that too. Um, honestly, it's pretty good, though. Results are pretty good though. Stage 2 course looks amazing. I'm not the biggest fan of piston plunge, but it'll do. It's a good third obstacle. Like I said, Hornet's Nest, hopefully. Looks like a Wingnut Alley type thing. Hopefully, it's not as deadly. Hopefully, it's a little harder than Epic Air Server. Hammer Drop, I'm excited to see. Great idea. Falling Shelves, uh, great for a last obstacle on stage 2. I enjoyed it. The reason I like the Falling Shelf so much is because they put that damn reverse grab right at the end. It's the very last grab you make. You got the buzzer right in your sight, and yet it's nearly impossible to make that grab. That's what I love about it. Just it gives you one more middle finger before you finish the course. Just when you're about to finish the course, you see the buzzer right there, 20 feet in front of you. You got a reverse grab, and suddenly that 20 feet feels like a mile. Um, it's a good lineup on stage 2 so far. Most people, there were a few shocking fails, like I said, um, but most who I expected to make stage 2 did make it. So, last thing I want to talk about though is rumors. There was a rumor going around on Reddit um, by another popular Ninja Warrior YouTuber known as uh, he's known as Ninja World News on Reddit. Name on YouTube Kane Nakasugi. Um, I actually really enjoy his videos, so if he's watching, you gotta go subscribe to him. He's probably one of the best Sasuke creators out there and Ninja Warrior creators as a whole. He does reviews. I enjoyed his Cool or Canceled series when he did 39 Sasuke tournaments. But it does look like ratings are at an all-time low. Um, the first episode of Vegas had below 3 million viewers, which I believe is probably by far the lowest since when Vegas first started in AEW4. Um, and unfortunately, like this, me, a lot of our fans, Ninja World News, we're all thinking that might be the end of A&W. Like, sure, the obstacle design challenge is still getting heavily talked about as AEW 15, but there's been no like concrete announcement that there's going to be an AEW 15 yet. And sometimes there is by now, sometimes there's not. I'm not saying that like, oh, it's way too early to announce. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, given the ratings, it might not happen. Moving, uh, Kane did suggest though moving everything over to Peacock, but they moved A&W Junior over to Peacock, and the show was pretty much dead now. After 3 seasons, I believe. I only watched the only season I watched in full was season 1, and then after that, I just watched little clips on the internet and stuff. Um, but regardless of what happens, if there is an AEW 15, I'm not gonna be too surprised if we get one. Uh, but if something doesn't improve quick, AEW 16, it does not look possible to me. Like I'll be very surprised if the ratings still stay like this through A&W 15. Like A&W, the show. I'm not saying the sport is done. Sport's always going to continue. Um, Local competitions are always going to continue. Sasuke is still doing fairly well. Sasuke is still going to continue. Uh, Other ninja shows around the world are still going to continue. I'm not saying that sport is dead. Sport could be still could still be going to the Olympics. Ninja Warrior. Um, Sport's definitely not dead. It's just A&W might be gone if the improve within the next year. Uh, and I'm actually sad to see that. I grew up. First year I watched American Ninja Warrior, I believe, was 2015. So season 7, I believe, was the first year I watched. Fell in love with the show. right from the very beginning. One of the first runs I ever watched was Grant McCartney's debut run in on the Venice qualifying. Absolutely blown off the show. So it'll be a real shame if A&W gets canceled. I feel like it's going to go on for one more season though. At the pace it's going right now, the nosedive that the ratings are taking, A&W is not making it past 15 seasons. Next year, if there is a next year, because some people are already starting to doubt that, but if there is a next year, which there probably will be, that's probably going to be the last year unless something improves quickly. Um, I don't know. I don't know what to say at this point. I don't know if it's too late for NBC, too late for the brand. Um, like I said, even if A&W gets canceled, though, Ninja as a whole, the sport, it's not going anywhere. Sasuke's still going to be a thing. Like I said, all these other shows are still going to continue to exist. Local competitions are going to continue to exist. Ninja gyms are still going to continue, most of them. Um, Heck, even the bid to get Ninja Warrior in the Olympics. So the sport is not dead. In fact, it's probably still going to be growing even if A&W gets canceled. Maybe not so much in the US, but around the world, it's going to be growing dramatically. And hopefully, within its lifespan, enough people in America where the sport can still grow here in the States too. Um, but again, not saying it will get canceled or anything like that. Just the track it's going on right now, it will. It's going to at some point. But anyway, I feel like I'm rambling, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here, guys. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. By the way, I hope to do these streams like every other Saturday. I don't know if I can count on every Saturday to do these, like just like the like talking, recapping, and all this. Because I got stuff to do. I'm busy. It was actually hard fitting this into my schedule. So um, hopefully every other Saturday I can do something like this. Go live for like a half an hour or so and just talk about Ninja Warrior for a little with you guys. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I have for today. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and as always, stay happy and healthy.